You don't have to be perfect to show up. I show up with my hands cut up. Half the time, showing up is how you get the thing. People will always try to tell you what you deserve, and you just throw that in the garbage. It doesn't even matter, because it's not up to people. It's up to God. Hello, everyone. Today we're in the car. We're talking about this in a leather jacket. It's 80 degrees now, even though it was 30 degrees this morning. It's fine. Spring is fighting back. That is great. That's amazing. I don't know if any of you are spiritual, but just know that the new year really starts in spring. And I think it was so fitting that the start of spring is Aries season, because Aries people, the ones I know anyway, they're very fiery, impulsive. They know what they want and they're going to get it. And that's how you have to show up in life in general. It's okay to not get everything that you want. That doesn't mean to stop trying. That doesn't mean to stop going. And I think it's really important to remember those things, especially when you work so hard. It's not like you're lazy. You work really, really hard. You want a new life, but your new life is just not here yet. So it feels really easy to be like, dang, what am I doing wrong? Maybe you are doing everything right, and it's just timing. It's just you will be able to overcome. But you have to believe that you're overcoming something. You have to believe that, you know what, my delusions are not even really delusions. I was just given the answers to a test that I ultimately will pass, and not only pass, but with flying colors. It'll be so much better than I ever imagined. And it's all because I knew it was going to happen. It reminds me of the first time I was ever on TV. I was on TV for the first time, I want to say about 10 years ago now, maybe 2015, 2014. And it was someone I was dating at the time. And she was just like, are you surprised to see yourself on TV? And I said, no, it was inevitable. And she was like, really? And I'm like, yeah, I believe that that's what would happen. And that did happen. And thankfully, I feel like I was more versed back then spiritually than I ever realized. But it's okay to come as you are. I'm such a perfectionist. You know, they say if you're a perfectionist, that means you're pretty insecure about an outcome. And we don't have to be insecure about outcomes. We can really just live, be human beings, just be who you are. And half the time, that's enough. Half the time, showing up is how you get the thing, even when you don't feel like it. And that's why I talk a lot about discipline in my videos, and I talk about doing things when you don't want to, because I am not a motivated person. But it's because of my discipline that I still think this way, you guys. I still believe that there is love for everyone, that I believe that everyone will be able to get whatever it is they want to get, despite whatever is going on in your life. For example, I have all these cuts and bruises on my hands because, small little input here on a personal note, I was 1014. And if you're not familiar with 1014 and what that means in the psychology space, or even like the hospital space, that means that I was hospitalized and I could not be released without a doctor's okay. Man, that's rough to admit here, but I knew while I was in the hospital that eventually I would get over this. Eventually, I would be able to present myself in a way that is worthy of all the things that I want, despite anybody's opinion on whether I deserve it or not. That's something that is so interesting to me. People will always try to tell you what you deserve, and you just throw that in the garbage. It doesn't even matter, because it's not up to people. It's up to God. So when people say, oh, so-and-so didn't deserve that, they should be arguing with God and not with whoever that is. I am definitely a person who doesn't believe in wallowing in my circumstances. And it's a blessing and a curse, really, because there are some times that we do need rest, and we do need to be aware of our body and what we really, truly deserve and need. But for the most part, throughout my life, I have the older child syndrome. I have the go-getter syndrome, or whatever people want to say. I have overworked myself in certain places. I have overachieved. I have done all these things. But the mental health is so important. You should be enjoying what you're doing, whether that's the date, the romantic life, the career life, all of it. You should be enjoying your life. You should not be curating your life in a way to where you're scheduling times to escape it. It's okay to decide, oh, I thought I liked this thing, but I actually don't after spending years of research on it. I want to pivot. Speaking of pivoting, I think, especially as a millennial, it is so easy to beat yourself up over a pivot, because it's like, oh my gosh, I've been doing this for X amount of years, 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, and I'm just supposed to up and do something else. Yeah, because that's what life's about. Life is about really trying to figure out who you are and what your sole purpose is. And so your sole purpose might not be linked to your passion, and that's okay. I've met people in jobs that they're doing something totally different now. Like, I used to work at a restaurant, and now every single person that I worked with doesn't even work there anymore. One person's a boxer, another person moved to Texas. Like, everyone has their own life's purpose, dreams, aspirations, and all that. We just have to tap into them. And if pivoting means you have to tap in to something that is unknown, like it's kind of scary, just know you're not the only person to feel that way. And just know, like, that is a very typical journey to be on. So you don't have to be perfect to show up. I show up with my hands cut up and me burning up in this jacket to let you know, like, who cares? I hate to be that person. We're all gonna die anyway. I talk about that too, but it doesn't matter. For me, in the film industry, I thought that I wanted to be like this world-renowned actress, and I still do, but the journey to that is totally different to me now. Like, I don't want to sit here and audition myself to death. Yes, I'll be very grateful and thankful for any auditions that come my way, but I'm no longer in the fawn era of my life. I'm not here to ask anyone for permission to do something. I'm not here to ask anyone if I'm good enough, because I know that I am. And everything that I'm doing now will be seen eventually. It'll be somebody else's guide to how they're going to do it. It's not even to be all full of myself, but we're all influencers. It's funny that now the name influencer is like so big, but we all influence somebody in our lives. If you're a parent, you're influencing your children. If you're a teacher, you're influencing someone else's kids, 30 other kids every single day. And so when we tap into that type of thinking, we are really unstoppable. If we tap into the fact that we are influencers, if we tap into the fact that we have a purpose and our soul has to agree with that purpose, if we like literally think about everything that is in our lives and that everything is shaped for us, even the bad, because let me tell you, down bad with all of these cuts. I'm getting like that song Best Life by Cardi B, where she's just like, I'm always showing up, hair when it's messed up, crib when it's filthy. Like, yes, you can completely change your life with your apartment dirty and the dishes in the sink for now, but just know eventually it will get done. You have to fuel up like a battery. We are human beings. We're not robots, and we're not programmed like robots, but we can find a routine that works for us, that creates a discipline, so that when the motivation isn't there, we're not out here lost. We're not out here looking around, looking up and down. We know exactly how to recalibrate ourselves because of the routine we created. I realized and picked up on how I can recalibrate my life once it starts going a little bit up like this and down like this and up and down and up and down and up and down. I'm like, okay, wait. This has happened before. This is how I recalibrate myself. I go to the gym. I go take a shower. I do this, I do that. Like, whatever it is for you. You don't have to be perfect. And even if people look like they're perfect, you have no idea. You have no idea what people go through and what really happens behind closed doors. People show you what they want to show you. And I want to show you guys this, my imperfections. And also, I wanted to talk a little bit about karma. Sometimes you can't keep praying for everyone, because karma is real. Karma is a thing. And some people are in their karma era. And you trying to pray for someone who rightfully deserve what is happening to them, even if it's unfortunate, that's just bad spiritual hygiene. How do we know who, whatever? So thankfully, I think, this is just my own theory, if you're praying for someone who on the karma scale is deserving of whatever is happening to them, I don't think your prayer counts. But that's just my personal opinion. Just focus on making humanity a better place, because that's ultimately what we all are here for. you know, people who are not demonic. I used to be very down bad, okay? Relationship after relationship after relationship. Oh, please. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, dang, can this girl get a break? And even an acquaintance of mine said the same thing. She's like, I really wanted your relationship to work because the last one was so bad. And it's like, well, yeah, they were bad. And now I'm reflecting on myself, like, why that is. I'm not going to take responsibility for the whole thing, but I could just take responsibility of why I chose these type of people and what lessons they gave me. And a lot of them were in self-worth. And so it's easy to sit on here and say, oh, well, you know, I had such terrible relationships. I've been kicked out. I've been betrayed. I've been tricked. I've been bamboozled. I've been this and that. But at the end of the day, how am I elevating myself to never be in those situations? Where is my soul at? How am I grounding myself? Do I feel secure within myself to continue to have romantic relationships? These are things that I have been thinking about, and, you know, I don't know what other word to say, but just making sure that I understand what is happening. I'm not going to keep letting things happen to me. I've been journaling a lot. I have been really trying to connect and ground myself mentally and emotionally. The next time I do try a romantic endeavor, it is not in vain. It is not something that I'm going to cower towards. It's going to be something that is so comfortable and easy and simplistic, and almost like, wow, why didn't we think of this earlier? Like, we should be like this already, but not too love bomby, you know, just emotionally mature and taking it to that level. All right, I'm burning up. Like, yeah. I hope in this video you've learned that you should not give up. Giving up is not even an option. Like Dochi said, successful people do not give up. Successful people do not give up. Hey, successful people do not give up. Successful people do not give up. Ooh. Successful people do not give up. Successful people do not give up. Successful people do not give up. Successful do not. Yeah, successful people do not give up. Successful people do not give up. Successful people do not give up. Wow, you guys got to dance out of it. Ooh, let me get out of here. But yes. Hope you like this video. Want to see more videos? Let me know. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys. Bye-bye.